Hi, I'm Margaret Wilson. I spend my time researching senior health, nutrition, and healthy aging tips to help adults over 60 live healthier and happier lives. Now, I want to ask you something. You drank water today, right? Of course you did. We all do. It's the most natural thing in the world. But what if I told you that the way you're drinking water, not how much, but how could actually be putting extra strain on your heart? I know, that sounds hard to believe. Water is supposed to be good for us. And it is. But after 60, our hearts are more sensitive than we realize. And there are a few very common water drinking habits that cardiologists, heart doctors are now warning us about. When I first read about this, I honestly thought, there is no way this applies to me. And then I looked at my own habits, and I had to sit down. So please stay with me today, because what I'm about to share could genuinely protect your heart for years to come. And before we get into it, if you find this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It only takes 1 second, and it helps this information reach other seniors who need it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the little bell so you never miss what I share. I post every week just for you. Okay. Let's talk about water and your heart. Why this matters so much after 60. Most of us grew up being told, drink 8 glasses of water a day. And that's generally good advice. Water keeps our joints lubricated, our kidneys working, our skin healthy, and our blood flowing properly. But here's what nobody told us back then. After 60, the heart and the entire cardiovascular system, that means your heart, your blood vessels, and how blood moves through your body, it all becomes more delicate, more sensitive to sudden changes. Think of it this way. When you were 30, your heart was like a strong, flexible rubber band. It could handle sudden stretches and snaps without a problem. But as we age, that rubber band gets a little stiffer, a little less forgiving. It still works beautifully, but it prefers gentle, steady changes rather than sudden shocks. And some of our water drinking habits? They deliver shocks. Small ones, yes. But over time, those small shocks add up. Cardiologists, heart doctors, have been increasingly vocal about this. They're not saying water is bad. They're saying the timing, the temperature, and the speed at which we drink water matters far more after 60 than it did when we were younger. So let's go through the habits they warn about most, one by one. Habit 1, drinking water too fast. Let me paint you a picture. You just came in from outside. It's warm, you're a little sweaty, and you are thirsty. So you grab a big glass of water and you drink it down. Fast, all at once. Feels great at the moment, right? But here's what's happening inside your body when you do that. When you gulp down a large amount of water very quickly, your blood volume, that simply means the total amount of fluid in your blood, increases very suddenly. Your heart has to immediately work harder to pump all of that extra fluid through your body. For a younger heart, this isn't usually a big deal. But for a heart that's already working hard, which is common after 60, this sudden increase in workload can trigger what doctors call palpitations. Palpitations just means your heart starts beating irregularly, fluttering or pounding in a way that feels uncomfortable or even a little scary. For some seniors, especially those with existing heart conditions or high blood pressure, gulping water too fast can also cause a sudden dip in blood pressure, which leads to that dizzy, lightheaded feeling we sometimes get when we stand up too fast. So what should you do instead? Sip. Take your time. Even if you're really thirsty, try to drink slowly. Small sips, spaced out. Give your body time to absorb the water gradually. There's no race. Your heart will thank you for going slowly. Habit 2, drinking ice-cold water. Now this one surprised me when I first learned about it, because I love a cold glass of water, especially in the summer. But listen to this. When you drink very cold water, ice water straight from the fridge, your body has to work to warm it up to match your internal body temperature. That process is called thermal regulation, which simply means your body trying to maintain its normal temperature. Here's the issue. When very cold water hits your esophagus, that's the tube that runs from your throat down to your stomach. It sits right alongside your heart. They are literally neighbors inside your chest. The cold temperature can sometimes cause something called a vagal response. Now, the vagal nerve, also called the vagus nerve, is a large nerve that helps control your heart rate and your digestion. When it's stimulated suddenly by cold temperatures, it can briefly slow down your heart rate. For most healthy adults, this is no big deal. The heart adjusts in seconds. But for seniors, especially those who already have slower heart rates, take heart medications, or have been diagnosed with conditions like atrial fibrillation, which doctors sometimes just call AFib, meaning the heart beats in an irregular, quivering pattern, that brief disruption can feel alarming. And in some cases, it can be more than just uncomfortable. There's also another reason to be cautious with very cold water. When you're eating a meal, especially a warm meal, drinking ice water can cause your blood vessels in your digestive system to constrict. Constrict just means tighten or narrow. That makes digestion harder and can sometimes trigger indigestion or discomfort that your heart has to work around. The simple fix? Room temperature water, or slightly cool water, is generally much gentler on your heart and your whole system. You don't have to drink warm water like tea. Just let the ice melt a little before you drink. Habit 3. Drinking water, lying down or right before bed. How many of us keep a glass of water on the nightstand? I know I do. And that's actually a fine habit. Staying hydrated at night matters, especially because many seniors take medications in the evening that require water. But there's a specific way this can go wrong. Drinking a large amount of water right before lying down, or while you're already in bed, can put extra pressure on your heart, specifically your kidneys and the fluid balance in your body. Here's why. When you lie flat, the fluid distribution, how water moves around your body, changes. Your kidneys have to work to process fluids differently than when you're upright. For seniors with a condition called heart failure, and I want to be very clear, heart failure doesn't mean the heart has stopped. It means the heart isn't pumping as efficiently as it should. For those people, lying down with too much fluid in their system can cause fluid to build up in the lungs. Doctors call this pulmonary edema, which simply means fluid in the lungs. And it's as uncomfortable as it sounds. Even if you don't have heart failure, drinking a lot of water right before bed can mean you're waking up 2, 3, 4 times a night to use the bathroom. And for seniors, those nighttime trips are a serious fall risk. In fact, nighttime falls are one of the leading causes of injury in adults over 65. So what's the best habit? Try to get most of your water intake earlier in the day, taper off in the evening. If you need something before bed, a small sip to take medication is perfectly fine, but try not to drink a full glass right before you lie down. Habit 4. Not drinking enough water. Now, and this is so important, I don't want you to walk away from this video afraid to drink water. Because the opposite problem, not drinking enough water, is actually far more dangerous for seniors. Here's something that many people don't realize. As we age, our sense of thirst actually decreases. Your body's internal thirst signals become less reliable after 60, so you can be significantly dehydrated, meaning your body is low on the fluids it needs, and not even feel thirsty. Dehydration affects your heart directly. When your body doesn't have enough water, your blood becomes thicker and harder to pump. Your heart has to work much harder just to move that thickened blood through your vessels. That puts strain on your heart, raises your blood pressure, and increases your risk of blood clots, which are clumps of thickened blood that can block vessels and cause heart attacks or strokes. Studies have found that even mild dehydration can trigger heart palpitations, fatigue, confusion, and dizziness in seniors. So the goal is balance. Drink water regularly throughout the day. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. A good rule of thumb is around 6 to 8 cups of water daily, but always check with your own doctor because the right amount depends on your medications, your kidney health, and your individual needs. The key is steady, consistent hydration, spread throughout the day, rather than drinking too much all at once or forgetting to drink it all. Habit 5. Drinking the wrong kind of water. This one doesn't get talked about enough. Not all water is the same. And for seniors with heart conditions, the mineral content in your water can actually matter. Here's what I mean. Some bottled waters, especially those labeled mineral water or certain sparkling waters, are very high in sodium. Sodium is just salt. And most of us already know that too much sodium raises blood pressure, which puts extra strain on the heart. If you're drinking several glasses of high-sodium mineral water every day, you could be unknowingly adding significant sodium to your diet without realizing it. Also, very soft water, water that has had most of its natural minerals removed, can be low in magnesium and calcium. Those minerals actually play a role in keeping the heart rhythm steady and the blood vessels healthy. What does this mean practically? Read the labels on any bottled water you buy regularly. Look at the sodium content. For heart health, lower sodium is better. And if you're drinking filtered tap water at home, a basic filter like a carbon filter keeps the water clean without stripping out beneficial minerals. When in doubt, talk to your doctor about what type of water is best for your specific heart and kidney health. When I started researching this topic, I honestly thought it was going to be a simple, straightforward subject. Water is water, right? But the more I looked into it, the more I realized we spend so much time thinking about what we eat, what medications we take, how much we exercise. And water, something we do every single day without thinking, often gets completely overlooked. Our hearts work so hard for us. Every single day, without a single day off, your heart beats. It pumps life through your body. It has been doing that for over 60 years. It deserves a little extra kindness, and sometimes that kindness is as simple as slowing down when you drink. Choosing room temperature water, not flooding your system right before bed, staying gently, consistently hydrated throughout the day. Small habits, but over time, they add up to something meaningful. Let me quickly recap what we covered today, so you have it clear. 1. Don't gulp water quickly. Drink slowly, in small sips, to avoid sudden strain on your heart. 2. Be cautious with ice-cold water. It can trigger a nerve response that briefly disrupts your heart rhythm. Room temperature or slightly cool water is gentler. 3. Avoid drinking large amounts of water right before lying down. It can affect your fluid balance and increase nighttime bathroom trips that raise your fall risk. 4. Don't wait until you're thirsty. After 60, your thirst signals are less reliable. Drink consistently throughout the day. 5. Pay attention to the type of water you drink. Check the sodium content on bottled water and stick to basic filtered tap water when possible. None of this is complicated, and none of it costs anything. It's just about being a little more mindful of a habit we've had our whole lives. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed your heart feeling funny after drinking water too fast? Or have you already made some of these changes? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one, and your experience might just help someone else watching this video. If this was helpful to you today, please give it a thumbs up. It truly helps more seniors find this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Just click that red subscribe button right below this video and tap the bell so you'll know when my next video goes up. I post every day new tips on senior health, nutrition, and how to live better after 60. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. You matter. Your health matters. And I'll see you in the next one. Take good care of yourself.